Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Howard Grant. It's been a while. I don't think I've done a video since last winter. Here it is after Labor Day. It's been because I've been kind of sick. Yeah, a lot of people say I'm sick. Anyway, I had a infection. I ended up spending first time I spent 5 days in the hospital getting pumped full of antibiotics. And then the second time I spent 4 days. And they finally ended up sending me home with some pretty heavy duty, heavy, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, it's stuff that they have to, I had to put it in like once a day. It was called ertapenem. And I had to do that for 6 weeks. I've been feeling, quite honestly, pretty crappy, but everything's sort of back to normal now, and I feel well enough to actually do one of these videos, and I have a project that I want to work on. The other thing that you might notice, some of you may, some of you may not, this is not my original channel. This came about because way back when I was actually going to school, the instructor said he wanted us to make a PowerPoint presentation, and he had to link a YouTube video. Now, up to that point, I'd watched a few YouTube videos. I really wasn't all that interested in it. I didn't have an account. So I said, Al, okay, what the heck, I'll make up an account. So I used my school ID, my school email address to make the account. And everything was going along all hunky-dory right up until a few months ago when I happened to notice I couldn't log into my account anymore. And I thought, what the heck is going on? And then I realized what they had done is they'd gone through and they had purged everybody that was no longer an active student. And because I was no longer an active student, my email got purged. So I had to make up a new email account. I got a Gmail account now, which the other one was a Gmail account too. And then I had to create another channel. Now, if you go on and you look, I don't know, if you look up for Howard Grant, you might get my old one, you might get my new one. I'm looking to rename this channel. I want to name, my previous channel was Howard Grant, which is my name. I want to differentiate. Yeah, I can't talk today. I want to differentiate between my old channel and my new one. And so I need to come up with a catchy name. So if you guys have any suggestions, possibilities, whatever, let me know in the comment below. Keep it nice. Don't be being mean, but see come up with an alternative name, and I'll change the channel to that name, if whichever one I like. But I've reposted almost all of my previous videos. I had them saved, and so I reposted all the previous videos, except for the one where I knocked down the telephone pole over here. That didn't seem to get too awful many views, probably because I didn't kill myself in the process. I came out of it fairly unscathed. And the other one I did not post was, if any of you had seen the Boof Wang video, I did a video where I went to the Walmart, and I had the wife go all the way down to one end of the building, and I went all the way to the other end of the building, and we talked back and forth to each other on the radio, and it worked perfectly fine. And it still does. So I can't find that video. I don't know. I ended up recording it on the wife's cell phone instead of mine because I'd forgot mine at home. And I think I lost, it's gone. So my old channel is still up. if you want to see those two videos, feel free to go to that channel and watch those two videos. Unless I get an overwhelming, hey, I want to see the video of where you almost killed yourself, then yeah, okay, I'll post it up. Or hey, yeah, I want to see, I can't show you the one that was, or I would have posted it to where the results. I could possibly do another video, and it would be different, but the same. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right. So I think that is about all that I wanted to talk about, and I'm already over 5 minutes into this video, and all you've done is heard me flap my gums. So let me show you exactly what it is that I have chosen for my comeback video. All right, now I gotta hang on. I gotta switch you around. Okay, so there it is. The infamous ballast box. Anyone who has watched my videos knows that I did a weigh-in on this ballast box, and it weighs 500 and some odd pounds. I don't remember off the top of my head. And I speculated as to whether or not my scraper blade, which weighs 200 and some odd pounds, would offer the same amount of ballast, considering that the scraper blade hangs quite a bit of distance off the arms and would add leverage. Well, it doesn't, trust me. I went to pick up what I did was I bought one of those IBC totes. There we go. That's the word for it. I bought the IBC totes. That's where I keep my firewood now. You know what? I don't know if I ever showed you those. So hang on a second. Let's go take a walk. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the IBC totes. Interstate Bulk Container, I think is what it stands for. But basically what you got is you've got this wire cage, and then these bladders, that's what they call them, is bladders. These are actually cut in half, corner to corner. So you can imagine that one half and then another half make a hole, and that sits down inside the cage. Well, what I have done is I've cut the bladder in half to use it as a roof, and then I've stacked my wood inside the tote. All right, so that's what I was talking about. This matter of fact, it was this tote right here. I was able to get about quarter to a third of that full, and I could pick it up with my tractor as long as I had the ballast box on there, and drive around here, put it down, and then I'd have to bring the rest of the wood in with the tractor bucket, God almighty, and finish filling the tote. Well, I had this thing here about a quarter to a third full, roughly. And it was come off of my back porch. This is where I keep my winter wood, part of it anyway. I put wood on there, 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a year. Depends on how cold it is. And what I did was I had the scraper blade on the back of the tractor, and I filled the about like I say, about a third full, and then I backed away. And when I did, it was just enough weight that it pulled the tractor bucket right down, and the back end of the tractor came off the ground, and I had to push the lever to prevent it from taking me right over. And yeah, it was interesting for a moment there. I wished I'd caught it on camera. You guys could have laughed and had made fun of me. But it proved to me that I cannot rely on the scraper blade to give me that kind of ballast in the back. I mean, you know, I got all the weight in the tires and if you've seen that, haven't seen that video, it's take a look at it. Where I fill my tires full of RV antifreeze. So I've got, I think it was roughly 60 pounds, if I remember right. It's like 30 pounds in each tire. Then I got, you know, the scraper blade. Then I got my fat ass sitting on that seat. And, you know, let's go back around to where we were. So hang on. So I learned early on that I cannot trust anything but the ballast box. And even then, I've got to be careful. So on to the ballast box. There are things about it I don't like. Haven't liked since I first got it. And I will explain what exactly it is that I don't like. But first, what I need to do is empty the ballast out of that box. Now, you've seen, if any of you have seen, I should say, my video, it's one of the very first ones I ever put up, where I dumped that thing over twice on accident, trying to figure out how to use those impact implements, quick hitch things. You'll figure out that the problem, though, is let me. I wish this phone, new phone, by the way, and I can't figure out how to make it switch back over to the other camera while this thing is running. I'm gonna have to play with this, but anyway. So if you come around here, you'll see that there is a orange flag, a slow-moving vehicle, and it's separate, and it's plastic. And what I'm afraid of is that I am going to break it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys up right here, and you're going to get to watch me empty the I gotta pull this back some. Yeah, here we go. You're gonna get to watch me dump this. And what I've got, I don't know how well you can see it. I'm kind of out in the sunlight here. This sucks. I've got my come along. That's what we call them here. I got the come along in place of the top link. The idea is going to be raise this up and then use the come along to dump it. We're going to see how well that works here in about a minute. So, with no further ado, all right. I don't know how well this is going to work, actually. I may have to change this around because, no, as a matter of fact, it's not going to work. No, this is not going to work. All right. Hang on. Let me rearrange stuff here. I gotta do something different. This isn't going to work the way I thought it was going to. All right. So, like I said, I repositioned that come along. Now it should work. So let's try it out. See what happens. Interesting. Well, now. That did not work. I don't know what that's caught on, but it does not want to work. All right, well, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way then. So, hang on a second. Let me get this dumped. One way or another, we're going to get it dumped, and then I'll be back. All right, so let's take a look at this. I may have to turn the light on. I'll fold this up. Hang on. We're getting there. Okay. That looks pretty good. I think you can see it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly. I was expecting a lot more rust. Got some rust down along that edge there. And what I'm noticing is little spaces here. I'm assuming somebody left that. Wait a minute, let me get you in the frame here. There we go. I'm assuming somebody left this little space here for drainage. That's good. But you'll notice I got 4 drainage holes on either corner. And here's the problem with that. Let me take you around to the other side here. All right. Oh, I gotta shorten these legs up. Hang on, be right back. All right, you can't see squat, so let me turn the light on. Still pretty hard to see, but you'll see the. All right, where's my finger? Where's my finger? There it is. Right there. Over here. There's little holes that drains. And as far as, that's still not enough light. Let me hit it with a flashlight here. Oh yeah. Getting pretty rusty, full of dirt. This is exactly what I was afraid of. All right, so here's my thing with this particular box. When this thing is sitting on the ground, those holes are flat against the ground. So any water that gets into this thing when it rains means that it just sits there until it drains out. Now the other problem is those plastic tubes. You saw those plastic tubes that slid in here and gave me the ability to put tools, you know, rakes and shovels and whatnot. And okay, so you've seen that. You don't need to see any more of it. Let me switch you around so you're looking at me, and I gotta shut this stupid thing off because when this thing is sitting on the ground, it's full of rocks. The rocks are holding the moisture in there. Those tubes that go down all 4 corners. Yeah, I can actually, if I had been able to do it, I'd picked this up in the air and shown you that you can look through those holes. You can look right up to the sky. So any water that's trapped in here, it's going to have to seep underneath those plastic tubes, which it'll do. But then it's got to go through the hole and into the ground. And why is it doing that? Oh, anyway. So it's the water's just sitting there, and it's causing rust. Now, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I honestly assumed that it was going to be a lot worse than it was. What I was afraid of was that water was just sitting there, and eventually it was going to rot the bottom of this box out. And I know what would happen. I'd have a load on the bucket of the tractor, heavy load, and all of a sudden the bottom of this box would just drop out, and all the ballast would go on the ground, and what's going to happen to the front of my tractor? Boop! Yeah. That would be an exciting situation that I really would rather not have to experience. So, the plan is to rectify that. And what I'm going to do is, off camera, I am going to get this all cleaned up. You don't need to sit there watching me, scuff the rust off with a wire brush and, hit it with a flapper disc and all that stuff. You don't need to see that. I got to get that flag off of there, the fanny flag. That's what we always used to call it, the slow-moving vehicle emblem. I got to get that off of there, clean up the rust, and then I will come back for part 2. And this is going to be a multi-part series. I've got couple of other things, at least 2 other things that I want to modify on this box, just because I don't like some features of it. And when I come back, I will explain to you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then we'll go from there. All right. So I've already, this has turned into much more of a video than I had planned on. So thank you for watching. I know this has not been as exciting as I'd hoped it would be. I'd really hoped that I could show you how I tipped that box over and emptied the stone out of it with that come along, but that just for some strange reason didn't work. So I ended up having to do it with a pry bar. I will come back. Please like, comment, subscribe. Again, if you've got any ideas, nice ones that I can name my channel so I differentiate it from the old one, let me know, and I will see what I come up with for a name, and maybe something somebody suggests, and maybe something I come up with. Who knows? In the meantime, before I post this video, I will come up. Well, I can't do that. I'm going to have to post the video to get the comments. So, all right. So I will leave it. I'll leave the name of this channel up, and I'll leave it alone, and then see what I get for comments, and then I'll change the channel for the next video. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know. If you got any suggestions, maybe that I could do to this box that I haven't thought of yet. And let's see how many of you can guess what I'm going to do to it. Maybe some of you have figured out what my plans are. Who knows? But anyway, all right. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.